The news in detail on the hour from the WOR newsroom. 2 still unidentified passengers in a taxi cab were killed tonight in a 3-car collision on the Brooklyn-Queens Expressway at Flushing Avenue. Police said the accident occurred at 7:25 when a westbound car went out of control, crossed the road divider, and crashed into the eastbound taxi. Another eastbound vehicle hit the cab in the rear, the gas tank in the cab exploded, and the cab's trapped passengers were burned to death. Police identified the driver of the westbound car as Joseph Carrasquillo of 250 Kep Street in Brooklyn. He was burned on the left arm and leg. The driver of the other car that hit the taxi cab was identified as Joseph Martinez of Staten Island. He suffered minor cuts to his face. Delivering the commencement address today at the United States Coast Guard Academy graduation, Vice President Spiro Agnew said the American experience in Indochina has rekindled hope among some that if the United States would only withdraw and disarm, aggressors would abandon their dreams of conquest. But Agnew said, without preparedness there can be no peace, so we must temper our hopes with reality. The Vice President told the 177 graduating students at New London, Connecticut, I feel confident that we have learned the lessons of history well, that we will never again opt for isolationism, that we will continue to be our brother's keeper. Senator George McGovern's view of the Vietnam War and the efforts to release American prisoners of war came today in Los Angeles after his California Democratic presidential primary victory. The South Dakota senator declared,
I think what the American people have to understand is that there's no real hope of seeing those prisoners again until we agree to the full termination of all American military operations in Southeast Asia. I would set that kind of condition, and I would set it with the understanding that the other side ought to respond with some kind of an agreement on the release of the prisoners. I wouldn't hold off on announcing that we're coming out of there. But I would make clear to Hanoi that we expect our prisoners to be released. And if I can accelerate that release by 24 hours, I'll go to Hanoi and stay there for whatever time is necessary.
And Senator McGovern called President Nixon's bombing order against North Vietnam a hoax because he said it will not bring freedom to the American POWs. McGovern heads for Friday and Saturday campaigning here in New York. The senator said he expects to win 2/3 of this state's 278 delegates to the Democratic National Convention.